Welcome back, Pokemon trainers, to another video of the PokeJ channel. I appreciate your support. Today we're going to be talking about the most influential characters in the entire franchise, whether they be the anime or the video games. This is in my personal opinion. You're more than welcome to disagree. Leave your comments down below. Let me know who your most influential characters are. Greatly appreciate it. I'd love to hear what you have to say. These are going from the least influential to the most. And so let's go ahead and get rolling. We're going to go with the first one, the professors. Now, I could have easily started with Professor Oak, him being the very first professor in the entire franchise, going back to Red, Blue, and Yellow, also going back to the original series in the anime, but not all of it started at the same time. Now, I started back in Red, Blue, and Yellow. Somebody may have started in Johto, Hoenn. Some of you may have started all the way up in the Alola region, perfectly fine. So I thought it would be best to lump all the professors into one group because they all basically do the same thing. They are meant to set you up for the game, give you your starters, and to get you going so you can progress through the story. For those of you who are new, the professors also give you a little intro at the beginning about the idea of what Pokemon are, and that there's really not much more to it. That's really all the professors do. That's why they are at the bottom of this list at number 7. Next, at number 6, we have the gym leaders. Now, the gym leaders, they help us progress through the game. The gym leaders are the stepping stones for the goal that we have to reach to the Elite Four. We have to collect all the badges, with the exception of the Alola region, of course, slightly different. We have the trials, but the idea behind the kahunas are the same as the gym leaders. We have to beat them in order to progress. The gym leaders are there to teach us the necessity of match types, to use certain moves against certain type of Pokemon, moves that are super effective. That way we learn the mechanics of that type of play, and we can use that throughout the game. So, and that leads us to the next group of people, the Elite Four. When we get to the Elite Four, it's sort of similar to the gym leaders about match types, but the difference is they also show us the importance of type coverage. Because yes, the Elite Four, they do all specialize in certain types of Pokemon. Not all the Pokemon, however, learn same type attack moves. Some of them have moves that deal with coverage. That way they can take care of their Pokemon's weaknesses. And that's something that we end up taking away from what they do. That way we can also do the same thing, because without that there's really not much chance to beat the Elite Four. It's possible, but it makes it a lot easier if our Pokemon have type coverage. Now on to number 4. The main protagonist of the anime, Ash Ketchum. Now Ash is somebody that, as far as I know, at least I know for my friends and maybe people that I know who aren't necessarily friends but I've played with, a lot of people that I know like to replicate Ash's teams, which is really fun to do, at least in friendly competition, not necessarily on the competitive scene, but going against friends and also in story. It teaches us about the importance of just having fun, going through, catching a variety of different Pokemon, and just trying them out and see which ones are your favorites. Because ultimately that's what Ash did, although to him all of his Pokemon were his favorites. He had Pokemon that he had special bonds with, such as Greninja. He taught us about the importance of actually bonding with your Pokemon. And I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I have certain Pokemon that get KO'd, I get a little devastated. I know it's weird, it's a video game, it's a franchise, but it's just me. But with Ash being number 4, that makes you wonder who are the top 3. This might throw you off a little bit, you'll probably disagree. Perfectly fine, let me know down in the comments. But here are the top 3 in my personal opinion. Number 3 comes from Johto, Kurt. He's not really a main character, but he is really important in the games at least, because he teaches us about the importance of using more than just the Pokeballs, the Great Balls, Ultra Balls. Throughout the games, we end up finding out how significant like the Dust Balls are, Dive Balls, Lure Balls, all that, the special Pokeballs. The Apricorn Balls as they're called, because they make it a lot easier to catch certain Pokemon. Now, it's really going to depend on the circumstances, the location that you're in. If you're in a cave, you definitely want to use a Dusk Ball. If you are dealing with Pokemon that you're catching on top of the water, you're going to want a Lure Ball, sometimes a Dive Ball. Honestly, I found that a Lure and a Dive Ball can work interchangeably the same. I don't know really why, because I know they're supposed to, work differently, but they end up being the same for me. The Heavy Ball, you have Pokemon like Onix, Snorlax, and like I said, this is my opinion, but Kurt, he is number 3 because of the variety of Pokeballs that we get throughout the video games. And now to number 2, the main protagonist of the original video games, Red, Blue, and then later on he shows up in other games, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, the Pokemon trainer, the ever so famous Red. Now, Red is influential because it gives us the idea that we need to train our Pokemon to be incredibly strong to get through certain parts of the game. If you don't have Pokemon that are on the same or maybe over-leveled, depending on what Pokemon you have, you're not getting past Red, especially in Mount Silver. I don't know if any of you had the same troubles that I did facing him. Red is also difficult to deal with in the Battle Tree in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, because of the IVs and the EVs that are for his Pokemon. And usually he has the same team throughout the different games, such as Pikachu, Blastoise, Charizard, Venusaur, Lapras, Snorlax. Sometimes they change, but for the most part his team stays the same. For certain things like the Battle Tree, I had to become competitive, or at least have the same mindset when training my Pokemon. And with all that being said, you might be wondering, if Ash and Red are not number 1, who is in first place? The answer might surprise you. Because in my personal opinion, the most influential character of all the franchise, anime, the manga, the video games, is one person. And that is Brock. Not you, go away. This Brock. And you might be thinking, how is Brock the most influential? Well, you know what? From the beginning, a lot of people wanted to be like Ash as far as training Pokemon, but then as time went on and the competitive scene became a thing, everyone decided to go for breeding IVs, natures, making sure all your stats were perfect, making sure all your moves are perfect. Everyone focused on breeding, and through that, we all became Brock, Pokemon breeders. For competitive play, Pokemon breeding has become the most important factor. You're free to disagree with me on that, perfectly fine, but from what I have seen, he's the number 1 most influential character of all time, having all of us to become Pokemon breeders at one point or another, to focus on how we develop our Pokemon. And with that being said, I really appreciate your support in viewing this video. If you could leave a like and comment down below, make sure to share the video, and make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell, turn on notifications so you will know when the next video pops up. Greatly appreciate it. I also have a Patreon that's also listed down below. The link is in the description. You guys have a wonderful day.